There you go. So you'll get a little pop-up asking you to say that's okay, that we're recording. Yeah, so welcome to our egg masterclass. Now, we're all probably coming to, more waiting room. Sorry, I'll keep letting people in as they join. Sorry, my iPod literally just broke like 5 minutes ago. So I've got it kind of standing funny. I feel like I'm going to have to do this. But anyway, bear with me. Yeah, we've probably got all sorts of different experiences of how we've cooked eggs. I'm going to do sous-vide scrambled eggs. Laurette's going to do poached eggs, and Diana's going to do boiled eggs for you. None of us are, claiming that we're experts. Experts. But with the help of our Thermomix, we do okay. So we're here to help you guys get the most out of your Thermomix and cook eggs. I know that I get asked a lot from my customers, how do you poach an egg? How do you do this? How do you do that? So we're hoping we can answer all those questions for you today. And if we're not sure, we'll work it out. We'll go to our team of experts too and get the answer for you. So anyway, we'll get started because some of us have to get, water heated up and things for our recipe. So I'm going to go first. So I'm doing sous-vide scrambled eggs. If you guys want to, you can go to speaker view and you should be able to see me big. I think I can, I don't know if I can spotlight. I can't spotlight from my iPad to make myself big. But if you put it on speaker view, whoever's talking will be fill your screen for you. Okay, so start cooking. So I'm doing the sous-vide scrambled eggs, the metric recipe. If you want to search that in your, sorry, there's still people in the waiting room. I don't know if I can make anyone else a co-host to let people in.
I'll jump on my iPad, Courtney, and see if I can do it.
Okay, I'm just making you a co-host. Oh, I can spotlight. I just found it. There we go. So now I'm big, but now I can't see any of you. But you can all see me, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, the sous-vide scrambled eggs metric recipe. That up in your Cookie Do. Do you all have a Cookie Do subscription? Excellent. God, there's lots of egg puns, isn't there? Excellent. Oh, here's Janelle. Janelle's in the waiting room. I thought she was joining you in person, Mary. Okay, so I've got 30 grams of butter. It says unsalted butter, but I'm just using salted. Just use what you've got. And I'm going to melt that now for 2 minutes. Has anyone done sous vide in your Thermomix before? No.
Me.
What was that, sorry?
Recording.
That's you, Diana. Aren't we lucky we've got 2 Dianas today? So yeah, sous viding is, do you know what it is? So it's cooking in water. Hi, Janelle. She looks like she's in her ute. You're on mute. You're still muted. I'm sure what you're saying is fabulous, but I'm going to keep talking.
Oh, here I am. Sorry, I had a phone call just before we started. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting an echo. I don't know whether that's through you, Janelle. Anyway, pop yourself back on mute. I'll keep talking. So sous vide is cooking in a water bath. Very fancy. They do it a lot on MasterChef. So they do sous vide steak and all sorts of things like that on MasterChef. I've done a sous vide steak once and my husband was like, that is the best steak I've ever cooked, because he thinks he cooked it because he just seared it on the barbecue for like 5 seconds after it was sous vide. Freddie, I have to go. My children are now deciding to join me. I've also done sous vide strawberries. They were amazing. They like cooked in contro. I keep doing this.
That was amazing.
Because I'm talking about putting them in a bag. So So you're cooking them in a water bath, but in a bag. So you don't need anything special. I'm going to show you today how you can just do it with a good quality Ziploc bag. Don't use one that's not BPA free and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the butter is melted.
Now, for anybody who wants the recipes, I'm just dropping them into the chat box.
Oh, thanks, Di. Okay, so now we're just going to add 30. I'll show you the butter's all melted. Just going to add 30 grams of cream.
This is a non-fat recipe too, guys. So if you're trying to eat skinny, don't eat it.
Well, the Skinny Mixes has a Sous-Vide scrambled eggs recipe too, and she still puts cream in. So,
Cream and butter.
Cream and butter, yeah.
Oh, okay, then go for it.
Go for it. Okay, 6 large eggs at room temperature. So I've already cracked them open. I've had them out for a little while, but they are still a little bit cold. So hopefully it works. Plop, plop, plop. Chuck them all in. 2 pinches of salt. So I've got my little bamboo salt box from the mix shop. I love it. I've got salt on one side and pepper on the other. So I just leave that sitting next to my Thermomix. What is a pinch, right? Like, it's such an inaccurate measurement that messes with my head a little bit. I have little hands, so it's a little pinch. All right, lid back on. I'm going to mix that up for 20 seconds. What do you guys think of my sparkling black Thermomix? Have you noticed that while I've been cooking? It's very nice. They look much lovelier in person. On camera and photos just don't quite do them justice. We've got to get the right light to get that nice sparkle. We've got all the gold. This is gold. All that stuff here is gold. So beautiful. I'm a little bit obsessed. Okay, so it says pour into a vacuum sealer food bag, remove air by hand, then seal with a vacuum food sealer, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to do that. Where did I put my bag? There. I'm going to use the Ziploc bags.
Because everyone's got them.
That's right. I mean, if you want to give sous-viding a go, this is a great place to start. And then if you get right into it, then invest in the stuff, perhaps. So I'm going to pour half of that into one bag. And half into another bag. And then I'm going to go over to my sink. I'm going to bring you with me. Bear with me in my broken tripod, which I've got standing on a dining table chair. Okay. Whoop. Okay, can you guys see my sink there?
Twist.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so I've got water in here. And what I'm going to do is just get my bag. It's not sealed. Sorry if my arm gets in the way. I'll try to. I'm just going to submerge that, but not to the point where water will get into it. So just up into the seal, and that gets all the air out. And then before you've got it all underwater, seal it up. Just like that. Make sense? So I'll do the other one.
And you can do it in a bowl as well, ladies.
There we go, all sealed. All right, bear with me and I'll get you back over here. Sorry, got my chest right in your face there. Okay, there we go. So then hit next, clean mixing bowl. I'm not going to bother doing that because I'm just going to get another one. Next of the job. Gosh, sorry, this is what's going on. It's like dropping. Whoop. Okay, now we're going to fall off the chair. Good timing for my tripod to break. Okay, insert blade cover. So sous videing, you really do need one of these. If you haven't got one, jump onto the mix shop and grab one. You are, you know, just restricting yourself from being able to do lots of things if you haven't got one. You just got to give it a little jiggle to get it on. There's a little video on your screen that actually shows you how to put it on, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that just sits in there over the top of your blade like that. And then I'm going to put, double check they're sealed. Nothing's going to get in there. I'm just going to put them in my Thermomix. And then I'm going to add some water. That's probably a bit too hot.
This step is purely to make sure that you're putting enough water in the bowl to submerge those bags of eggs, just so they're completely underwater. Because you'll take the bags of eggs back out once Courtney's got the right amount of water in there.
Okay, so it says to put, oh, I'm splashing everywhere here, 1845 grams of water to fully submerge bags, but so that you don't go over the max fill line. There you go. I'm at 1822 when I'm at the max fill line. And that's probably because I've split this egg mixture into 2 bags instead of putting it all in one. Okay, remove bags. I'll just do that over here so I don't get more water there. Add some lemon juice. And that's just because the water's going to be sitting still in there. You don't want it to rust your blades or anything like that. So that's just what the lemon juice is for. Put the lid on. And that's gone into kettle mode. We're going to heat that up to 80 degrees. So, who's up next? Laurette, Diana?
I don't mind.
Who's ready to go?
Laurette, is your water hot?
We're almost hot. I've got 5 minutes to go.
Okay, well, I can start.
Sure.
Okay, so I am going to do boiled eggs today. So slightly different to what Court's doing. Court's doing a guided recipe. Am I echoing?
No.
Okay, good. I can only hear me on the iPad, so that's fine. I'll just move me out of my sight. So we are going to be using one of our modes on our Thermomix. So I'm going to bring you down here and hope that you can all see my screen. So from our main driving screen, we know we've got cookie dough going this way and our modes the other way. Now in here we've got many, many modes. Has anyone used the egg boiler mode? So many no's. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I've got a 9. Oh, thank you, Trace. I've got a 9-year-old that likes cooking his eggs this way. So it's pretty easy when the steps are brought up here in this little caption that comes up. Basically 2 to 6 eggs from the fridge, it says. Now bookmark that because we're going to talk about that in a minute. But 2 to 6 eggs, they just get arranged around the blades. The blades don't spin in this mode. So it's a really special one and really handy to use. You top up your water to the 1 litre mark, so knowing that we've got it inside our bowl, so really handy at the sink. And you turn it on. So you've got, how many settings have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settings from soft to hard and everything in between. So who is still boiling eggs on the stove? Because I can tell you it's not me. You cannot muck this one up. Now, the reason I said I want to talk about refrigerated eggs, does anybody have chooks? Yeah, okay. So most of us that have chooks know that our eggs are larger than your average supermarket egg. The reason I say is because I have a supermarket egg. You can see it's got the stamp. And then you've got my eggs. Okay, so substantial size difference. So when it comes to any of these recipes that say cold from the fridge, my head goes, okay, cold from the fridge, my eggs are quite a bit larger, and mine, you can see all my cartons actually just stuck up here beside my stove. So they stay at room temperature. So I feel like the compensation between cold eggs and room temp and the small eggs and my big eggs, I'm sort of sitting at an even sort of space. So I don't do anything with cold eggs because they just don't go in the fridge. I've made it work every time. So for me, I'm going to pop in my eggs. Now I might actually bring you up higher and then tip it into my bowl so you can see. I've got my eggs going in. Nothing fancy, honestly. Just arranged around the bowl like so. That's it. Okay. I'm going to top that up with a litre of water. Like that. Now today I'm going to do hard-boiled purely because I'm going to make some, what do we call them again? Curried eggs. I'm going to do curried eggs. It's Sunday, so I need to get stuff ready for the boys for sandwiches. So I'm going to do curried eggs. So I'm going to go hard-boiled. So going back to where I was, over to modes, egg boiler mode, that comes up with my information, tells me exactly how my egg is going to be. So hard-boiled, hit my X, because I've done it all. I don't need vinegar or anything because I don't have an open egg. And I'm just going to swing the dial around to hard and walk away. It will give you your approximate time. That says 19 at the moment, but it will drop down depending on if your water's a bit warmer out of your tap and that sort of thing. And you just walk away. If you're doing dippy eggs, I've got the little egg topper that I will show you as well. And you can make your toast and do your soldiers ready to dip into the yolks for the kids or whatever. But you choose your setting, you have your eggs how you like them. You're on, Laurette.
Hello, everybody. Alrighty, so poached eggs this morning. I'm very nervous because we know this can be fraught with different results. So the blade cover recipe for poached eggs is on Cookie Doo. I've started this morning. I'm going to turn you around and we'll come over to my Thermomix. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Technology. Oh my goodness. All right. So Thermomix is here and it's running. I'm using the Cookie Doo recipe. We've got the water at 100 degrees. So the first part of the recipe was to put 1,700 grams of water in with the blade cover. So I've done the exact same process that Courtney did with her blade cover. And we have added 1,700 grams of water and 50 grams of white vinegar. I've heated that to 100 degrees with the simmering basket on top. And that's where we're up to in the recipe. So we've got water at 100 degrees, blade cover, vinegar in the water. Next, so without the measuring cup, it wants me to turn the dial to 0, so half speed. I've got 2 eggs broken already into separate bowls. So we're going to add the eggs one at a time through the hole in the mixing bowl lid and then place the simmering basket on top. Alrighty. Can't say I feel very confident about this, but yeah. Put them simmering basket back on top so that I can't look. So I don't know what's going on in there. So they're saying 2 minutes and 20 seconds until it's ready. Part of this recipe is also being prepared to get those eggs out as soon as they're cooked. So I've got a plate ready with paper towel on it, ready to absorb the water once the eggs are done. And I've got my slotted spoon ready to fish them out of the Thermomix. People may also have a blade cover that looks like this. This is the original blade cover that doesn't have the peeling function. So this one's made from the same black BPA free plastic as the rest of the plastic Thermomix parts. And this was what we had originally before the peeler was introduced. You can't buy these anymore. There's only the peeler option available. But if you have one of these, you can use it for these egg recipes as well, okay? 1 minute and 20 seconds until the moment of truth. I have made these poached eggs recipe from Cookie Dew a few times before. This is always the one I use, and it's always given me good results. But I do think that it's very dependent on what eggs you have. I went and just bought fresh, brand new eggs this morning from Coles. I've got free range Manning Valley eggs that I'm hoping fancy ones will lead us to good results, but I think eggs are eggs. When it's all said and done, it probably makes no difference. So yeah, they were cold, which is what Google tells me you need for good poached eggs. So fingers crossed. 30 seconds to go.
Eggs is one of those things that it's a real personal choice how you prefer to eat them.
Oh,
isn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that I like all of my egg white to be completely cooked. You know, I'm happy to have, I love poached eggs with runny yolk, but I cannot come at any uncooked egg white. So, you know, and that's not to everyone's taste. Some people like them. Alrighty. Remove eggs with a slotted spoon.
Everyone cross their fingers.
Oh my goodness. Have a quick look. It'll probably steam up, but that's what it looks like in the bowl. They're in there.
Nothing like a Zoom live audience to put the pressure on Laurette.
Oh, I can't even see where. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, sort of. Yep.
Okay, when you're ready, can you
Oh,
change our view? There we go. Ooh.
they don't look too bad. There is a little bit of white stuck around the top of the blade cover. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a few little tails stuck around there, but all in all, there's not a huge amount of white left over in the water. So I'm pretty happy with that. They have little tails. They don't look much like a cafe one. They've got longer tails on them than cafe eggs, that's for sure. But once they're drained, I'll just very, you know, delicately tip them off onto the plate so we can have a look at how they cut. All right.
My water's boiling, so I'm just going to put my bags in.
They smell like poached eggs. All right, we're ready. We're going to cut. Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
Perfect. Magical. You too can produce this effect at home. So easy done. So now I just need to go and smash myself some avo and toast some bread and we'll be good to go. I'll probably cook some fresh hot eggs though. But that's what we'll be having for lunch.
And then now sous vide for 10 minutes. So, I mean, sorry, I'm just taking over for a second. Sous viding does take a little bit longer. It's a bit of a, you know, special way to cook your eggs. Yeah, so don't expect a quick scramble doing it this way. Anyway, back over to whoever else needs to talk.
It's like fancy hotel scrambled.
Yeah. Not
like velvet.
Not stuck to your fry pan scrambled.
Correct.
Man, my eggs are done.
Now, I was going to say with Laurette's eggs, did anybody see the little tail? So, and I feel like Trish, you'll know as well, correct me if I'm wrong, the tail is usually from a little bit of not an older egg, but with a fresher egg, that whole white is that real, it's gross, but that real globby white where it's all intact and together. You've got the white and you've got the yolk. As they get older, you get a bit of that runny stuff. So like when you crack your eggs, the bit that gets wet on your fingers is the older stuff, and then the rest is stuck together. So if you know that you're using a little bit older eggs or they are store-bought eggs, you can actually crack it into your hand almost first and just let that really watery stuff strain away, and then you'll have that beautiful whole egg together rather than it have that little tail on it.
I think I lied before saying we weren't experts. Because you sound like one.
Pretty sure it's just Diana.
Eggs every day for breakfast though.
So where are your eggs up to, Dar?
I have 10 minutes and I forgot to put my range hood on, so I'm just steaming up my cupboards.
Oh, nice.
What was I going to say, Tracy? But you don't need to stir your eggs. That's right. So while if you know that your toast takes 2.5 minutes, and you've got your 2 minutes that you've just dropped your eggs into your Thermomix, you can pop your toast in the toaster and be ready and all over it by the time they come out.
So I'm going to go back to gallery view so I can see everybody. So how do you guys all like your eggs so far? Do you prefer a boiled, a scrambled, a poached? Tell us your egg stories.
Come off mute and tell us.
All of the above.
Janelle's only new to Thermomix, so she probably hasn't cooked an egg in her Thermomix yet. Am I right?
I haven't. No, that's right. But I'll give it a go though.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh my God. I don't even mean to do this. What about, what do you guys like to have with your eggs? I heard Laurette say she's going to go smash some avo.
Hollandaise?
Hollandaise. Has anybody given that a crack in your Thermomix? No?
You'll never split it.
So easy. So there's a good recipe on Cookie Do, but even if you've got like a recipe you found somewhere else, you can just throw it all in your Thermomix and put it on thicken mode and it'll make your hollandaise for you. It's pretty clever. Perhaps we'll have to do a thicken mode masterclass too and show you guys that.
Just grabbing that recipe.
There's don't balk at this by the word vegan, but there's a really good vegan hollandaise sauce on Cookie Do, and it's made with lemon juice and cashews and nutritional yeast, and it's amazing. I love it.
Which one? Which one is it called?
Vegan hollandaise.
Oh yeah. I'll drop that in the chat as well.
Got a bit of turmeric in it to make it yellow. I really love that on like some steamed asparagus and avo on toast. Digressing off eggs.
There was just sorry, there was just a question there about multiple batches of poached eggs if for a larger family. So on that recipe on Cookie Do, I think Diana has linked it. There is some tips there about how you cook more than 2 at a time. I think you can do up to 4 in one go in the bowl, and then you can do multiple batches, but you just need to make sure that the water is always at 100 degrees before you start. And I think it says that only use the same water for 2 lots of eggs and then tip it out and use fresh water and vinegar again. So you can definitely cut down the time if you have water boiled in your kettle ready to go too. So you can just tip that in and then move on to the next couple of eggs. And they only take 2 minutes to do the actual cooking. If that's how I would do it if I was doing multiple batches for a larger family.
I have another suggestion too. If you get these off Cookie Do, they fill your Varoma dish and tray.
You're steaming them.
Yeah. So rather than them actually being in the water, there is a recipe. I'll find it. I think there's 9. Yeah, there's 9 of them. So if you wanted, you could do 9 at a time, and they're just steamed. Like your old school poacher over the gas type thing, but in your Varoma. So that works as well. I have done that.
Tracy, a question about whether you could steam some asparagus in your Varoma over the top of your eggs while they're poaching. You probably could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't take long to cook asparagus either.
No.
You really only want to heat it up.
Yeah, you could do that. Just, yeah, depending on how long you wanted it to steam for, just put it on while the water's heating.
I mean, we're all lucky, us consultants, because most of us have more than one Thermomix on our bench, which is a little bit indulgent.
No, it's not. Everyone should have 2 or 3.
Agree.
Not indulgent at all. Sensible.
Sparkling black one too. You can only get these for a limited time of until the 10th of August if you are interested in a sparkling black. I'll share the recipe. So I was just thinking before about other egg recipes. There's my brain's going into Barbie mania at the moment. There's a really good pink scrambled eggs on Cookie Do, which has some beetroot in it as well and feta, and it's delicious.
It is amazing.
Look, yeah, you got me onto that recipe. I remember when I came over to Leeton and did a market with you, you were banging on about it. I went home and cooked it.
They come out almost this colour.
It's really pretty. And put some avocado on it. It's just pink and green. There's my colours. Yeah. So get onto that for some Barbie mania, because, you know, you're left out if you're not getting on the Barbie mania, right, Janelle? Janelle and I run the local cinema here in West Wyalong together, so we're in Barbie mania mode. Has anyone seen it?
No.
I can't wait. We haven't got it.
I just found another recipe that I don't know if you guys might not like it, but I have tried spicy eggs with tomato sauce on Cookie Do.
Is that like a type thing?
Yeah, kind of, but you're not using your fry pan. You're just doing the sauce in the bowl, and then you've got your Varoma on the top. So, and it tells you use egg rings, but again, you could use them or egg rings. And that's got feta as well. That's actually delicious. That's one to try. I'll drop that recipe in too.
Cool.
Or shake sugar.
There's another pink egg recipe on Cookie Do. Is it like a boiled one and the outsides go pink?
Oh, let's find it. What's it? What are they? Just,
I don't know. I could be making it up. I just feel like I've seen a picture when I went searching for pink stuff the other day. Let me have a look.
I'm putting the pink scramble in because I think everybody has to try that. It just puts a nice twist on your eggs, actually.
Yeah.
I can't find your pink eggs, Court. Sorry.
Oh, I'm looking. I'll find them.
I did just type pink eggs, though.
Oh, hang on. My Thermomix is falling. Okay, carefully remove bags using tongs. You get these tongs on the mix shop too. They added some new ones to the mix shop. Did you guys see that the other day? These new tongs. They like don't sit on your bench like your spatula.
Oh.
Okay, place onto a work surface. My work surface is my plate here.
Oh, I see them. They're clongs. They're called clongs.
Do not pierce your bag when you take these out.
I think they might be the tongs from Dream Farm. Are they?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very cool.
So that's what it looks like so far. And all it wants us to do now is just kind of break it up a bit without piercing your bag.
So definitely do it with your spatula only.
Yeah. And then place them back in.
Now, for anybody, sorry, just diverting from Courtney, on mine behind me, it's telling me I've got 25 seconds. It does the countdown from a minute. So that means you've got time to get your simmering basket out and chuck it in the sink, ready to drain out the water. How many more minutes, Court?
I've got 8.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 seconds.
Here we go. Beetroot and avocado egg. See, I wasn't lying.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, they're like a deviled egg.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spin you around to my messy sink now. So nothing fancy here, just pour them in. Now the actual screen tells you pour the mixing bowl contents into a simmering basket and run under cold water to stop the cooking and serve immediately. So I just find that top one so it sprays the rest.
Probably not very professional, but I can say that I've done well over a dozen eggs at a time using that egg boiler mode too. When I've been trying to, I know the recipe doesn't say that, but you can do sort of, I go up to about the 2 litre mark, and as long as they're covered with water, because it's using a mode that knows how long it takes to cook the contents of the bowl to the setting that you've chosen, it'll just take longer, but you can do them all at once. Not double the time, but yeah.
I've been too scared to break that rule, Laurette, so thank you.
No, that's all right. Just go for it. Fill them up.
Especially if you're entertaining and doing something like deviled eggs.
Yeah, for making bulk sandwich filling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for when we do dippy eggs, this is your little egg topper. It is the weirdest thing ever. There's a little spring in here. This is a really sharp edge, so don't feel like you need to run your finger around that because it will cut you. But
Advice.
Sorry.
I said good advice.
Yeah, because I think I've done like nearly watch enough. Okay, my egg. And you just pop it on the top. Hold it.
Oh.
I don't know what it does. I still haven't worked out what it does. Sometimes I do it twice for good luck. Sometimes it is stuck like this. It gives you your little hat. So then you grab your little grab your little egg cup and you're good to go.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm just going to crack them roughly, get a teaspoon and peel them and then chuck them back in my bowl though to do my curried egg.
Who wants one of those little egg toppers now?
They're the fanciest little things because, you know, we can all do the dodgy cuts, but that just does a nice clean cut. Perfect for the top and then no one gets shelled in their egg. Okay.
So what are you going to put in your curried egg, Star?
Well, funny you should ask. The other day I was on the phone to Courtney and what on earth was I making?
What are you making?
I can't remember what I was making, but I was positive that it needed mayonnaise in the recipe.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, I need mayonnaise.
You were making a potato salad.
Yes, so I thought I was making the potato salad, but I was actually making the salmon niçoise salad, and forgot that it uses vinaigrette when I thought I was making the potato salad that needs mayo. So here I was chatting away to Courtney on FaceTime when, I'm going to make mayonnaise. So I whipped up my mayonnaise and then got to the part in the recipe that told me to make the vinaigrette and it didn't need the mayonnaise. So I've got fresh mayonnaise put in my curried eggs. So it'll literally just be fresh mayo, some cream, salt and curry powder.
What kind of curry?
Oh, well, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't keen. Yeah, I mean, it was keen. But to be honest, actually, curry powder is one of the only real condiments or any like spices that I keep in my drawer that I haven't bought, that I haven't made.
This is the Madras curry powder.
So,
it's really good.
and would it work the same, or is it too fancy?
I reckon it would be fine.
Obviously,
It would be. Is it spicy?
Curried egg sandwich connoisseur.
What'd you say, Laurette?
Obviously, Courtney's a curried egg sandwich connoisseur.
You wouldn't catch me dead eating a curry egg. Sorry, but what?
Oh dear.
My husband is
Just for anyone.
egg sandwiches, but don't interfere with
That's
his.
as easy as that.
Yeah, right. He puts Cajun spice in his curried eggs.
Oh, that'd be nice. Last one. Okay. And this is not a recipe. This is just my own. It's a chuck it in, turn it on type of thing. So eggs are in. But that one has a bit of shell. The boys won't notice, do you think, on their sandwiches?
If I can.
Measuring cup. Yes. Okay. I'm just going to do 3 seconds on reverse. So if anyone who doesn't know how to do reverse, you just press your little blades icon on your speed dial and it'll tell you reverse enabled. Do for speed 3. Now that was just very quick because I don't want it to do too much before I chuck everything else, in. Okay, 3 seconds speed 3 that was for 6 eggs. And I will grab my mayonnaise. How long was it caught?
Sorry, I walked away. I was just seeing if I had an avocado, but I don't. What was your question?
How long have you got?
Oh, well, it's down to 0. So it must be less than a minute.
Don't mind me, I'm trying to find the curry powder.
Should have made some.
Should have.
The anticipation's killing me here. How long to go?
Okay. It's not even Keen's, so I like you that way too. It's actually the one that Nicolene Riddle, Skinny Mixer herself, uses, the Baba's meat curry. So I'm going to do tablespoon, my tablespoon. I'm going to do a decent pinch of salt.
Right.
That's my mayo, nice and thick. 2, 3. And oops, just a touch of cream.
It's done.
Yay, Court. I could probably chuck some more eggs in there, actually.
Look at that.
But oh, I'm just going to drive to West Wyland for the eggs.
Come and get them, Marin.
And that's your curried eggs. So I could probably do another couple of eggs in there because I probably put a bit too much liquid, but I will do more eggs anyway because that's not going to be enough for these guys here. So I'll just chuck them in. That's us.
So I've just toasted a little English muffin here. Yeah, I need some more butter.
Is that homemade butter, Courtney?
No, just look. Just because you can do everything in your Thermomix doesn't mean you have to. You need a little bit of parsley. It says to put chives on it, but I don't have any, so parsley. Little bit of cracked pepper. And there you go.
Magic.
Done. Excellent work, team. What do you guys think about that?
You going
Everyone
to
got
try them, Courtney?
confidence to go and am I going to taste it?
Mm.
I haven't taken a photo of it yet though.
Oh.
I'll taste one from over here.
Linda, I've done the scrambled eggs in the bowl as well. They're not great, I'll be honest. Didn't love them. It's like they don't set properly. However, they are cooked because they are of temperature. But no, the texture isn't great. You can do them like not an omelette, but you could do like the scramble version in the top of your baroma tray as well on a piece of wet baking paper.
Yeah, so you get the baking paper, you scrunch it up under water and then wring it out and then put it on your baroma.
And as long as your little side vents are free, it'll be fine. And then you would just, mix it around every minute or so maybe. I don't know, once it's of temp with the water.
Yes. Something to talk about today too.
Tracy's on the money. Done that when you do fried rice. Yeah. So following that same sort of concept.
Has anyone planning their Thermomix?
Has anyone what? Sorry, Court?
Made an omelette.
Yep.
You do that in the baroma too, up the top, and then have the eggs and put all the stuff on it, and then you just flip it over. It's great.
Yep. Delicious.
Is anyone going to confidently go and make a different kind of eggs that they normally wouldn't have tried?
Anyone? That's our aim today, is just that you walk away with a little bit of inspiration, a little bit more confidence to try something new in your Thermomix. We're gonna try and do one of these virtual masterclasses once a month. So reach out to your consultant, send through any suggestions. We kind of do base what we're going to do these on around your questions so that we are providing value for you. So yeah, let us know what you'd like to see. We love getting online and cooking. We're even doing it again later today as our team. We're doing a team cook along. We're making almond and pepita Florentines. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? So yeah, all we want you is for you guys to love your Thermomixes as much as we do. So thank you so much for coming today. If you've got any
And
questions,
sorry, Port. Let us know what else you want to cook.
yeah. Have you got any cooking planned for today other than eggs? What are you guys up to? I've got a bowl full of almost black bananas, so I'll have to do something with those.
I've got some too here, Court.
All right, well, if you've got any questions, I'll stop recording.
That sounds good.